It was hard to hear at first. Couldn't understand what you were saying.
Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah,
Fuck dancing little hoe you is.
Another one. Another one.
Buck dancing,
Butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing little hoe you
butt
is.
dancing,
Buck dancing little hoe you
butt
is.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing.
butt dancing. You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. 504 Mouth of the South say.
You's a whole out here, bro.
You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here.
Put them Negroes in their place. You let them know it's they from.
Buck dancing,
Put them Negroes in their place. You let them know it's they from.
buck dancing,
Come get him. Come get him, bro. Yes, suppose I'll get him.
Buck dancing,
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 buck dancing little hoe you is.
buck dancing,
Buck dancing little hoe you
buck
is.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
buck dancing.
buck dancing.
Stephen A. Stitch, Stephen A. Stitch, buck dancing, Stephen A. Stitch. Stitch, 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 buck dancing, Stephen A. Stitch.
Oh my Lord, the disrespect! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Buck dancing,
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 buck dancing little hoe you is.
buck dancing,
Buck dancing little hoe you
buck
is.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
buck dancing,
buck dancing.
buck dancing. I know some people gonna say, "Man, Stephen A. Smith again." Yeah, I got about 19 more years with Stephen A. I sure do. I'm just getting started. They don't want to answer why they was at those colleges, so they keep bringing the basketball conversation back up. Well, we can talk basketball as soon as he tell me why he was at them goddamn colleges. That's what I want to know. I'm gonna keep asking why he was at them colleges. And for the people that way in the back that don't like me because I'm not talking about trading and coding, I just donate to the Saginaw STEM. Please go donate to the Saginaw STEM. Trading and coding is very much so necessary in your school district. Please go down there and make sure you force the people in district that's running for your vote. That's coming up really, really soon. Make sure they're going to push trading, and coding in schools. And why don't you sprinkle a little STEM on top? So those of you who no longer like me, I'll make sure I say that disclaimer every time. So we'll get to the real reason why you don't like me. Okay? All right. Glad we got that understood. I got to be more smoother with you weak weasels. Y'all so used to being talked to so nice. So every time I raise my voice or say bitch ass nigga, somebody say, "Oh my gosh, look at the way he's talking." Y'all kind of like the finesse weasels. Y'all don't like nobody that just tell you straight up, "Hey, there's some bullshit." Okay? You don't really like that, do you? So I talk nice to you from here on out, okay? I try to. But Weak Weasel, Stephen A., you made Weak Weasel Wednesday once again because I told y'all a while back, right, that everything was about money. I said it's more about money and class and who we like more than anything, right? I said that. Now, China, we all know, has bought, allegedly purchased dang near everything in America. Everything is made in China. It used to be proud to have something made in America, but now rarely ever any items are made in America. So that means most Americans ship their jobs overseas because they get cheaper labor. But that's understandable from a business standpoint. We get it. But from an American standpoint, we used to take pride in putting Americans to work. And we hold some people accountable for racism. But what I just heard on CNN, and I want to say fair use. This video is from CNN, and these are Chinese folks calling black NBA players or former NBA players that's playing over there nigga, nigga. Now everybody keep telling me don't say the N word. Now how can they get to say the N word? And ain't nobody saying nothing really. Let's see.
In a disturbing video circulating on social media, you can hear basketball fans in China repeatedly shouting racist slurs, including the N-word.
Oh, the CNN analyst is being so nice. He's talking over all them bleeps, but all those beep, 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 they saying N-word, N-word. Get out of our country. Go back to America. That's what they saying. N-word, N-word. Now, I'm willing to bet my life to a leaf. You won't see nary I said nary. You won't see nary NBA player say nothing. You won't see them kneeling on this one. They gonna stand and they gonna shut the fuck up. Watch what I tell you. Now hold on. Let me play it again.
You can hear basketball fans in China repeatedly shouting racist slurs, including the N-word, at American basketball player Sonny Weems, telling the 35-year-old to get out of China. Weems, who briefly played in the NBA, now plays for the Guangdong Southern Tigers, part of the Chinese Basketball Association. The incident happened after a game last Thursday in Changchun, China. On the court, a fight broke out between Weems and Chinese player Han Dejun. Both were expelled from the game. As Weems exited his bus post-game, some fans wearing the opposing team's jersey shouted the racially charged words. In a statement released Friday, the CBA condemned the incident, writing, "The CBA has a zero-tolerance attitude toward any discriminatory words or deeds," and in an open letter to fans, asked them to, quote, resist uncivilized behavior. Both teams likewise condemning the fans' behavior. The Liaoning team writing, "What a fan should do is to cheer for players on the field, rather than insult, disrespect, or even abuse opponents off the court." Taiwanese-American player Jeremy Lin immediately jumped to Weems' defense, posting on his Chinese social media Weibo account, "The abuse Weems received really was disrespectful. That word carried so much hurt, unfairness, and hatred that I couldn't put into words." CNN reached out to Weems, but did not immediately hear back. His last post on his official Weibo page, hearts. A surge of supportive comments from Chinese fans followed. "Peace and love will always be behind you," one fan wrote. Another apologizing. "I'm sorry. Are you all right now? We always support you and stay here with you." The incident follows what's been a tumultuous few years in which U.S.-China sports and politics have repeatedly clashed. In 2019, comments made by the then Houston Rockets GM in support of Hong Kong pro-democracy protests nearly severed a multi-billion-dollar deal between the NBA and China.
Did y'all hear what he just said? It nearly severed a multi-billion-dollar deal between the NBA and China. I said this was all about money. Didn't I say that? Let me rewind that back. Maybe y'all didn't hear that.
Always support you and stay here with you. The incident follows what's been a tumultuous few years in which U.S.-China sports and politics have repeatedly clashed. In 2019, comments made by the then Houston Rockets GM in support of Hong Kong pro-democracy protests nearly severed a multi-billion-dollar deal between the NBA and China, by far its largest market outside of the...
Now, I said that they use celebrities and black players and athletes to support their little agendas, right? Okay, cool. Black Lives Matter. We all know that. We've seen evidence that we need to give some attention to the way policing is being done on black males, especially. Okay, we get that. Okay. Now, why is it that when a coach is speaking up about the same issues that they're having over in China, and when he speaks up about it, the same very NBA players that are kneeling down in the same respect for Black Lives Matter can't speak up and say the same thing for those people over there? I'm just asking. Now, do you think brother LeBron and our stars in the league will be saying anything against China? Did you hear the way those China men were talking? Nigga, nigga, to this country, nigga. I wonder, do they talk to LeBron like that in the meetings? Nigga, don't say shit. Don't say nothing, nigga. Just sell shoe, nigga. Just run and jump, sell shoe, nigga. Is that what they saying to our big? Because we all know they do not respect our billionaire. We just saw one jumping up in a lap. We just saw one jump up in a lap. Okay, and let's see how they misdirect the people. Let's see how they misdirect you real quick. Let's see. What did they have Stephen A. talking about? Let's see. Let's see. While that's going on, hold on, let's finish the video because I think it gets a little worse. Hold on, let's finish the video first.
The U.S. In 3 weeks, Beijing will host the Winter Olympics. Publicly, China has worked to portray a welcoming atmosphere ahead of the Games. Speaking to the media on Monday in Beijing, former NBA star and Rocket center Yao Ming, now president of the government-affiliated CBA, highlighted the role of sports in building bridges between countries.
There's bound to be traffic on bridges, so sometimes we see collisions. It may take some time to resolve some issues, but we want to keep the bridges intact.
But a rising nationalism, coupled with state media fanned claims that COVID-19 was originally imported into China, have added to tensions between Chinese nationals and foreigners living in the country. And videos like this one, fueling what is already a fiery relationship between China and the West. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.
All right. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Now let's see. What did they have Stephen A. talking about right after that? But you took me to the club for my birthday. And I don't like it. No, hey, that was years ago. Don't be looking at my live texting me. I don't even know you no more. Jesus Christ. This YouTube, boy, I swear to goodness. But anyway, look at what they have Stephen A. Smith talking about. I want to say fair use again. This is not on Stephen A. Smith's page, or this is not on First Take. This is on NFL. It's Ausin, AUSIN. That's the YouTube page, AUSIN. So this is his video. Fair use. They have a picture of Dak Prescott, and they have him apologizing for something as, to me, that was silly. He was feeling like the refs didn't make some calls. He said, I'll let you hear.
No, I didn't see that. That's sad. I mean, you're talking about a team, you're talking about men that come out each and every day of their lives and give everything to the sport, give everything to this game of football. Nobody wants to succeed more than we want to succeed. I understand fans and the word fan for fanatic. I get that. But to know everything that we put into this day in and day out, try our hardest. Nobody comes in the game wanting or expecting to lose. And for people to react that way when you're supposed to be a supporter and be with us through thick and thin, that's tough.
They're aiming at the referees. Yeah, they were the referees.
Shit, credit to them then.
That's not it.
Credit to them.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. What up, big time? Marcus Spears, been too long. Good to see you. I was going to get right into it.
No, he ain't no big time. I'm big time. Not today. Now, any other day, Marcus is big time.
That you're big time?
No.
Or can you let other people do it?
No. It's all right. It's all right. All I'm saying is this. Today is the one day Swagoo, Mr. Box Office, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Big man bowling. That brother, not today. He's small.
Well, let me
Can I say that hook again from the open?
First of all, let me start this by saying, because I know we got to get into the Cowboys. It's actually good to see y'all. I know it's been like a rough last few weeks.
Let's go to the show. I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it. I did this.
Don't get emotional. I did text you over the time to check in and make sure.
What you looking at me like that with the gold?
Don't be mad.
Okay, you got on white boots today, do you?
I got
Thank
no,
goodness.
I got brown.
Thank God.
I'm in season.
Thank God.
All right,
Thank God.
let's go.
Let's go.
Did you see that flexibility? That was impressive right
Yeah,
there.
it was impressive.
Okay, Dak Prescott apologized Tuesday via Twitter for his post-game comments regarding fans throwing bottles and debris at the officials after his wildcard loss to the San Francisco 49ers. On Tuesday, he walked that back, tweeting to his 1.4 million followers to apologize and writing this. I'll read it to you. I deeply regret the comments I made regarding the officials after the game on Sunday. I was caught up in the emotion of a disappointing loss, and my words were uncalled for and unfair. I hold the NFL officials in the highest regard, and I've always respected their professionalism and the difficulty of their job. The safety of everyone who attends a game or participates on the field of a sporting event is a very serious matter. That was a mistake on my behalf, and I am sorry. All I have to say is two words: class act. Marcus Spears, how does Dak look following this apology?
It looks bad. It looks bad because
So Dak Prescott looked bad, and he's forced to apologize. I'm noticing a trend. Everyone is caught up in everything that a black man is saying. Why is a black man under so much scrutiny on everything that he's saying? Because Dak Prescott didn't throw anything at anybody. He just was emotional about a loss, so he said for them. So my friend is a Cowboys fan. He will break a TV. He will throw something at you. He'll do all that. So if I'm on the sideline because I'm the athlete, if I just laugh, it's my fault, not the person who threw it. All the fans in the stadium don't have to apologize. Dak, a black man, y'all put him up with his head down. He's made to apologize about something that I think he really feels. I think the second gentleman was right. He probably really feel like, man, them refs. And so why does he have to apologize for that? If you don't like what he's saying, you don't have to agree with him. But why does so many people think that they should tell someone else what they should say? That is a going trend now. A black man can't say nothing without everybody trying to hold them accountable, even strangers. And I think see, it's an interesting fact that everything that I've been saying over the internet has been just slowly just playing itself out. I came out talking. At first, they liked me because it was an underdog story. Then they started looking at the money. They started seeing the super chats. They started seeing, oh my God, this guy is really disturbing the internet and the algorithms. So then some people joined in on the fun. I've never hated on anyone. I never took any shine away from anyone. But now the rhythms have switched to where now it's more lucrative to talk down on Kwame. So that you have YouTubers showing they whites at it. Boy, you can disrespect this man. I told you that the go along, get along gang has many tiers. And us black folks, some of us are the biggest, most dangerous, and the most important part of this said go along, get along gang. Everyone else is trying to say now that I've created a go along, get along gang. Something that they don't even necessarily understand because they didn't even come up with the term go along, get along gang. A go along, get along gang is what you see now with the NBA and everybody in America that is so indebted to China that no one will call them out for the things done to their own people. Now that is a go along, get along gang. You're controlled by the money. A go along, get along gang controls your company policy. The go along, get along gang controls your politics and your thought process and what you see on TV. A go along, get along gang ain't no motherfuckers on YouTube giving flags out. Now, I even said I didn't agree with Mr. Skinny giving this brother a flag. I haven't given anybody a flag. Some of the people deserve a flag, but I haven't. Because I want people to see these teachable moments, how we do each other. There's black men talking about my dead mother, not no white man. I told y'all. Y'all keep thinking quicksand mean you some violent, angry, rough, tough, tumble. No. Quicksand it just don't do nothing. It don't do much. The more you struggle, the more you say it's one way, you're gonna prove everything I'm saying right. I said white people cannot talk about black folks in America without some sort of punishment, so they get black people to do it. And who's talking about my mother? Who's talking about my brother? What color was the man who first told you guys about my murderous daddy? Like that had anything to do with what I accomplished? What was the first person who said that? What is the color of the first person who started talking about my family's history? They tell you more about my family history than my accomplishments. They won't show this. They won't show this Kwame Brown. No, that ain't what they want these black kids to see. Nah. And I'm glad you talked about my murderous daddy. Because guess what? You've taken away every other kid's excuse. You're going to prove I'm a hell of a nigga one way or the other. Some of you laughed that I had no shoes on my feet. Some of you laughed that I was in the homeless shelter. Some of you laughed talking about how poor I was. But who laughing now? And imagine, women, if your child had this type of mindset, then that other shit, that ugh. Huh? Imagine. Imagine if your son, despite all the bullshit and somebody talking about him, he gonna still be him. And don't give a fuck if nobody don't like it. See, these niggas are being bought and paid for. See, you can't impress me with how much money somebody got. You can't impress me by pointing at somebody and saying, look, he's successful. He got money. He got this. He got that. That don't impress me at all. Because, see, these white people playing a different game. The ones that I'm talking about, not all. They playing a different game. And they understand what they buy and pay for. They can do what they want with it. They can give instructions to. They can delegate. And that's what they're doing with these black media pundits. Most of them, not all. That's what they're doing with them. I can go out and buy a brand new Mercedes right now, and can't nobody make me put it in the garage because I bought it, I paid for it, and it's mine, and I can do what I want with it. And that's how these billionaires are treating these so-called strong athletes. That's how they treated all of us. I was not exempt from that rule either. But see, when you know better, you do better. Oh, and I know better. But let me make you laugh a little bit, because it's Week Weezer Wednesday, and we got to get to the laughing, because I know a lot of us just want to laugh. So hold up. Let me make you laugh. And then I'll get back to something serious. Hold on. Got to laugh a little bit. Sorry, I forgot the hot songs like Hillary. Then we go get into these YouTubers. Hey, Tommy, I'm gonna have some fun with you, big.
Mama's little me, down by the lake. Daddy dropped off a little fucking mistake. You tell me.
I had fun with these bitch ass niggas.
No love from his mother, no love from his father. Your bitch ass nigga, believing in Christ, his name is Tammy. Tammy.
I don't want to hear you talk no more.
Mother, father, late mistake. No love, no mother, no father.
But I beat your ass.
Tammy.
Hey, Tommy.
Tammy.
Fuck you talking about.
My daddy went to jail, yeah. I went to #1, yeah. My daddy went to jail.
Oh, I'm nothing like my
I'm nothing like my daddy.
Hey, Tommy, I'm gonna have some fun with you.
Mama's little mistake, down by the lake. Daddy dropped off a little fucking mistake. Damn, 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 damn. No love from his mother, no love from his father. He'll be a bitch-ass nigga. Believing in Christ, his name is Cam.
He wanted my attention. You called down the thunder, and now you got it. My mama's cooking. My mama's cooking. Yeah. Let's get the fuck up out here. I'm going out here. All right, I hope that made you laugh. So let's finish the video.
Dak, listen, Molly. We sometimes apologies have to come because it looks good publicly. All right, Dak, in the heat of the moment, I'm sure he was reeling from losing the game, and he made a statement about the referees based on the question that was asked that he would walk back. So I firmly believe that he feels bad about it looking back at it, but ultimately. We ain't, I mean, I'm not going to ever get on First Take. And we didn't went in on refs before. We just haven't went in on them publicly. I'm sure Dak felt that way. I'm sure a lot of people felt that way. But ultimately, what it really boils down to is the damage is already done based on what you said, because referees do go through a lot. In all sports, in all professional sports, when you start talking about dealing with fans and when fans feel with a reason that their team lost and all of those things. So they go through a lot. So to gaslight that and add fuel to that by saying that in that moment, even though you were emotional and even though you had just suffered a loss that you didn't.
See, I hate when they do this. I hate when they pass the buck on to the players, right? Players have to deal with the same thing. Players have to deal with fans finding out something personally about you and saying all sorts of things to NBA players. Fans say all sorts of things. Fans threw a beer and hit Ron Artest in the face when he was laying down. So when are we going to start? You guys, the one who brought these fans closer to the field of play, and you because you want to monetize everything. You guys, the one brought them closer to the court. So now anybody can just run up to any athlete and steal them or do whatever they want to do. And then the athlete is supposed to be held to some sort of moral high ground and moral standard. Shit, me. These are human beings just like us. And I don't walk on nobody's job. Imagine me going to a construction site and just start heckling somebody and going over there and touching somebody and punching them and throwing something at them. What do you think is going to happen to me? Them people going to shoot nail guns at me. They're going to shoot the nails out their nail gun at me. Not going to just let you just come and touch them. So if you guys want to monetize this game so much that you don't even care about your product that you're putting out on the floor, because you look at us as, well, them now as just product. And that's all you look at them as, because where's the protection for the player? These players got to be called the N-word. These players got to have things thrown at them. But if it happened to the ref, oh my goodness, they go through so much. Do you know what they were saying to LeBron James when they found out Delonte West allegedly messed with his mom? Do you know what them fans were saying to this brother? That doesn't make any sense to sit here and act like, why is it that the media and the referees and these little figureheads, they have such a moral high ground than us? You can say a fan can buy a ticket and say whatever to a player. And this player got to say nothing back, or he gets his money taken. He gets fined. Shitting me. No. Me don't want no job. No, sir.
Didn't think that you would in a game that you would lose. I just don't like it. I think the apology, though, I think it comes from public perception because I firmly believe Dak still feels that way, and that's my point for saying it falls on deaf ears. I understand the apology. I understand the analysis of the apology and why you apologize, but ultimately, I believe Dak truly felt that way when that question was asked, and I still think he feels that way today, even though he's walked it back and apologized. I still think.
And I agree with him. Dak feel that same way. And as a human being, as a man, as a whatever, he should be able to say whatever the fuck he feel. I would much rather somebody to tell me their true feelings than to me force somebody to apologize to make me feel good when they don't really mean the shit in the first place. Fuck all that safe space shit. Tell me how you really feel so I can stay the fuck away.
He feels that way about the refs. Not throwing stuff at him, but his vitriol towards him, I still believe he feels that.
Well, it's a debate show, and we certainly have a whole bunch of stuff that we'll get into today. But this ain't one of the things that we're going to disagree about. If anything, I disagree with you, Molly, only from this perspective. You can classy and dead wrong.
Yeah.
Which he was. And that's the point that can't be escaped. You walked it back. The apology was spot on. It was perfect.
Yeah.
He said all the right things upon having a day or two to reflect on it.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact we also have to take this into consideration. He is usually class personified.
Yeah.
And so you give him the benefit of the doubt. But here's the reason why with this particular apology, and it somewhat touches on what Marcus alluded to, but I'm going to go a little bit deep wagyu with this. Yeah, he probably meant it. Yeah, he said what he said. And guess what? That ain't no crime. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling disgusted with the referees and the job they did. Here's the most egregious part about Dak Prescott. Ultimately, you were trying to blame the referees for the game, not for the moment. You were out there for 60 minutes and you played like hot trash. That's the reality. One play, think about this. What Dak was in a position to do was try to go, and not necessarily a Hail Mary, because it wasn't like he was 60 or 70 yards downfield. But basically what you tried to use a couple of seconds that you thought should have been available to you to try to pull off a miracle and use that to blame officials for what you were on the field 60 minutes doing, or 59 minutes and 40 seconds. That was you, Dak Prescott. The quarterback, Dallas Cowboys, who, by the way, I don't understand how you have less followers than me, but that's a different subject for another day.
Oh my God. Yeah, sit down somewhere
You're
with
the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, damn, I thought he would have
Okay, time out. I need to say something in defense of Dak Prescott and play devil's advocate here. Guys, this was potentially their best chance to win a Super Bowl, right? They were talented on both sides of the ball. Everyone thought this is their year. He went through injuries. He's heartbroken. He loses a game in embarrassing fashion. They have 14 penalties. Then someone comes up to him and says, "Did you see the hands throwing debris?" He was in the heat of the moment.
We get that, Molly, and that's why I said
we get it. But
how are we going to act like this is?
Now, what she said was actually logical. Thank you, Molly. That made a whole lot of sense. I don't understand. Why couldn't it just stand on that? And then all these YouTubers used to tell me, oh, if a man apologizes, you're supposed to accept a man's apology. Why all this elaborate talk after this man said what he was feeling? He was caught up in the moment. So he can't even apologize now without all this. He was egregious and all this talk. Well, let's see if he say anything about China. Let's see if he say anything about something real. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt any of these players will say anything because everything is made in China. Maybe even some of these niggas are made in China because seems like mum is the word every time it comes to China. And we know why. We all know why. Everything is made in China. They have bought the biggest apple for all of us because we can't say shit about China. I can't either. This video will definitely get ad limited, maybe even restricted. But it's sad. It's sad the way we speak about each other. It's sad the way some of these YouTubers are on here proving how we do each other, not only on YouTube, but actually in the streets. It's always a Negro putting himself in another Negro business. If you don't like the way I'm doing it and how I'm doing it, that's fine. You have every right as an American not to like it. What you don't have a right to do is be in everybody's chat, double neck hitchbox. You're in everyone's chat talking about another man, telling everybody you don't like me, which is weird, which makes you a weak weasel. But I have some stuff to do in real life. I have some things I need to straighten up and handle. May come back to you guys a little bit later, but I've been trying to do a little more stuff in real life because I understand that, man, on this YouTube, boy, a lot of these Negroes just want to argue. And it's high time we see who just want to argue and see who just want to be algorithm thoughts and see who really got a real message as everybody claim that they have and who's really doing stuff in real life. Not only do I curse, but I help kids. You guys have a blessed day. Let me say one more thing for Week Weasel Wednesday. Hold on. Let me say one more thing. Let's get out of this thing with a little more fun. Hold on. Let me shout out to all the guys too. Let me shout out to Mo Spears, Jim's from Kwame Brown, greatest fan. Shout out to Carcino. Shout out to Self-Talk. Shout out to Mr. Skinny. Shout out to Damn D. Shout out to Gravity Takeout, Forgotten Kings TV. Man, shout out to all the YouTubers that ain't pretending like they just high and mighty. We all go through shit. None of us are perfect. If you can walk back and understand that you're wrong about something, admit to it and move on from it. But that's my spiel on all of it. I saw Carcino say what he said. We don't control no grown men over here. I disagree with stuff Carcino say, but the one thing I'm not going to do as a man is just, hey, Carcino, hey, man, I just got to let you know, I disagree with you, dog. I disagree with you on this one. I disagree with you on that one. It's like, who the fuck am I? I don't run Carcino. When I don't agree with him on something, I sit my happy ass over here on my channel. And when I agree with him on something, I go over there, thumb it up, like the video, even donate. So that's how normal people are supposed to respond. We got to stop this whole who we like shit. Okay? We really do. Because it's tearing up America. It ain't all about who we like. If I do something wrong, I could be called out on it. Just like the person you like can be called out on. But the go along, get along gang is real. So let me put this song up for y'all. Get along gang. Go along, 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 gang. Go along, get along gang. Go along, get along gang. My mama's cooking. Go along, get along gang. My mama's cooking. Go along, get along gang. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Let me say something real quick. Hey, let me ask a question. Just ask it. Didn't Nike they put up there who all was juggernauted and wasn't, and didn't they let go everybody who wasn't juggernauted? Didn't Nike just do that? Didn't they? And I think all these other companies are going to follow suit. They're going to have all their employees up, and they're going to have who's juggernauted and who's not. And boy, those who are not juggernauted, yeah, you're not American no more. I don't think. I snapped. Allegedly, I don't know. But it ain't no go along, get along game. You don't go along to get along to keep your job. No, that ain't happen. What am I thinking? Go along, bear with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Bear with me. Go along, get along. 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 My mama's cooking. Go along, get along. My mama's cooking. All the gatekeepers say. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along. Bear with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along, gang. Say, Go along, get along, gang.
There's no go along, get along game.
Go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along game is free.
Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Hey, with me, class. Go along, get along game. Go along, get along.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along. Bear with me, class.
Charles Barkley said he hopes the Nets lose because Kyrie stands. Shaking my head. Have y'all noticed the going trend that a black man can't say nothing without everybody jumping down his throat? Y'all notice that? So wait a minute. Here in America, a man take his own stance about his own personal body, and now you hope he don't reach his level of success or his goals that he wished to accomplish because he doesn't do something that everybody else wants him to do. Ain't no go along, get along gang. We're not saying this in the media every day about black player after black player, and all of them are male. Kyrie is public enemy number one. Have y'all noticed this? If it ain't Kyrie, who else do they talk about? They talk negative about Kyrie and positive about who? Kyrie, brother, you're going to have to start going along to get along, my brother. They do not like Kyrie Irving, boy. Everybody is against this man because of his own belief and his own stand. And we're still calling this America. That's sad. But you guys have a blessed afternoon. And I will get back with you later. Shout out to all these companies that sent these beautiful items. I have more. So I will continue showing them. Please remember to go over to Riff. I will take a 15-minute break, only 15 minutes on CP time, maybe 20. But I will be going over in Riff in a minute. I'm going to powder my nose, get me something to eat. I won't be putting on no damn weed, but then I'll be over on Riff. So you guys, let's have a riffing good time. And then I'll be focused on some things in real life. Because this is real life too. Trust me, everybody who's joined the Riff Room, you're going to see it's going to get bigger and bigger, and we're going to get better at the room, and we're going to be better at giving out some positive gifts. So y'all make sure y'all join Riff. All right, shout out to everybody. That's not almost everybody. Gone. Shout out to we the people, though. Shout out to we the people. Gone.